people will probably say, but Ring Central maybe gives me some transcription, or Aircall gives me some transcription, and these other dialers, like transcription's not a huge thing. But when people make that switch from a Ring Central or an Aircall to a more Salesforce centric solution like Rocket Phone, what benefits do they sort of tell you about, or what benefits do they really notice the most?
Well, I'll give you a little anecdote from a demo I did yesterday, and this is from a prospect in recruitment. Now, obviously, anyone who knows recruitment, they can get through phone systems quite rapidly. So this guy's he's had his fair share of experience with all manner of vendors, and his reaction from seeing the demo of Rocket Phone was, I won't do an American accent. He was American, but it was holy shit. So that's reassuring for me. You know, we are building something fundamentally different and new to the market. And then when we got down to it, it was the stuff we were able to do real time during that conversation. So yeah, having a transcript is useful, but actually what can you do in the moment during the conversation to help the rep? That's where we're focusing a lot of our differentiation. And it's one, having that real-time in-call guidance to the rep. If there's difficult questions thrown at them, we surface an answer. Or if they're just a new rep and they don't have the knowledge, then we're surfacing it there anyway. They can see that immediately. You know, we have the notion of something called checklists, which is a much smarter way of approaching scripting. So it's not a defined script that you have to follow. It's a bullet-pointed list of broader topics that you should be covering in any given context of a conversation, given your role. And as you're talking, you just see them being ticked off as you go through the conversation. So it's that visual cue. I need to be saying this, but I'm not being bogged down with an actual prescribed script because that's distracting and doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I know I've got to cover off these broader topics, and I know that once I do, they'll be ticked off and cleared my plate. So that's automatically done. So it's making the rep themselves super focused and super efficient on that call as it happens.